What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode for you this week. Two brothers geeking out and give you our thoughts on the pop culture world and what's been happening, what we've watched. And we'll give you a little bit of our thoughts on the real world issues as well. Guys, as usual, please check the
You know what this fun
description.
is?
I will always add any disturbance from Kibla. I will
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
always add the description of when the Geek Out chat starts. So you don't have to listen to our updates. You don't have to listen to our thoughts on real world issues. You can skip straight to the Geek Out news and give you all the upcoming Geek Out stuff that's happening, or pop culture, a movie, and all that sort of stuff, or what's happening. Kibler is at the moment busy looking for something. I don't know what he's looking for, but
Yeah, trying to find something. I swear I saw it this morning, but it's gone anyway. It's always that way, so we're gonna keep looking. But yeah, all good, dude. Just getting by. Trying to do the best. I had that out because I wanted to stick it up, but now I can't find another piece. Let's find another piece. Yeah, so yeah, just trying to get by and do as much as we can. It's been a busy couple of days. I forgot it's Wednesday today. Is it Wednesday?
it is Wednesday and I am
Yeah,
tired.
it's only Wednesday, man. Yeah, same here.
I am tired. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a long week. Yes, I agree. It's been a long week. I mean, when I say it's been a long week, my Monday to Wednesdays is very, very busy. From morning to evening, it's work, training, work, training. That's me. Monday to Wednesday is my hardest days. I just finished wrestling training. My body is shattered and battered. I generally don't sleep well during these days as well, just because of training, not because of the training itself. It's because of the aftermath, the battering I take in jiu-jitsu and MMA. And again, this week was more sparring and sparring and sparring. So it hurts. Today's wrestling with this young kid and just trying to keep up, even though it's a technical class, just trying to keep up with his pace. And my body's hurting. So tomorrow morning, I doubt I'll sleep break today, but tomorrow's a rest day for me. So I'm gonna get in the cold plunge tomorrow morning and hopefully get a bit of recovery. But yeah, no, other than that, that's the me, basically. It's me. Just
What do
other
you
than
got?
that,
Did you
a
find
lot
it?
of it, Dubai shit, the usual.
Oh,
But yeah, other than that, Kibbs, any other updates from how you been? Everything like from your side, all good?
yeah, all is good, bro. Just getting by, man. Work, cause work. Couple of sleepless nights. I watched. I mean, we'll get on that part later on, but yeah, got to watch a few things. But just talk about. You ain't seen June Part Two yet, have you?
No, oh shit, I think it's out this weekend, so I'm gonna try and catch it
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
weekend, maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
All
that's
right, then we got to talk. It's like surprisingly, bro, like
I heard it got great reviews, so we
insanely good, bro. It's one of those movies that are like.
well
I mean,
when
it's
I
a change, but we'll talk once you watch it. We'll go
Yeah,
through
once
it.
I watch, I could give my thoughts. I mean, look, let's get into it. I think it's gonna be a quick one today, just because there's a lot
Yes,
going
go
on.
for it, man.
Look, we'll start off as usual with real world issues, and we're in the same sort of same unfortunate conversation about free Palestine. And I know there's
Yeah.
loads of other issues that's going on in the world, and it's hard. We're not journalists or nothing, and it's hard to keep up with all of them. And the thing about the Palestine situation, I think our tax money. When I say our tax money, if you're living in the US, if you're living in the UK and some of these Western European countries, our tax money does fund some of the weaponry that goes and is blowing up the children and killing innocent people in Palestine. So that's why it's a bit more effective. And also, there's like colonization and murder and genocide all happen in real time. When I say real time, in our time, right now, you know what I mean? Like I said,
No, of course. Yeah.
our tax money's funding this. That's why it's a bit more, it's a bit more personal. Look, there was some fucked up shit that happened. I mean, listen, it's fucked up all the time. The death count's almost 30,000. And guys, always check Mark Lamont Hill. Gives an update every single day. It's so important to listen to it. It's very short, but he gives you an update on what's happening every single day that the real world media, that the mainstream media does not give. The corporate media will not give you updates every day. In fact, they're trying to ease on it because the ICJ court hearings are going on. Israel should
Yes.
be, given their court case or whatever. It's been a month since they've been claim to possibly do genocide. That's what the ICJK said. I can't remember the exact words. So they're supposed to tone things down, but they obviously hasn't. And there's so much social media stuff out there which capturing them doing war crimes and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly when that hearing is. And then also there's a case about the occupation in the West Bank and whatnot. And I think it's 52 countries are making their claims. So I don't know what happens with that, but that's all happening. But there was something that really fucked up happened, man. There was a US Air Force pilot, man, who done an extreme form of protest in front of the Israeli embassy, and he set himself on fire. And ultimately died screaming "Free Palestine, Free Palestine." Very reminiscent to the one that happened that was a Tibetan monk, I think during the Vietnam War. It's a very extreme way of protesting. I don't know why I watched it. It really, really fucked me up. But what was messed up about, I mean, look, this young brother, man, this soldier, I'm reading some stuff now. Apparently, he had he was an active duty Air Force pilot. And I think they were told that they were going to go fly into Gaza and start bombing them as well. And that was something that he was fully against. And it was a part of his contract. Like, he's an active duty pilot. He had to do it. And he was like, no, I'm not going to be complicit with this genocide. And he set himself on fire. And what was fucked up in that video is like, one of the security guards had his gun on him. I was like, why the fuck is your gun on him? Like, what the fuck's the matter with you? The man's on fire. And he's got his gun on him like an idiot. I don't get these people. I really don't. But the other fucked up thing is, this is a Caucasian active duty Air Force pilot. Bro,
Yes.
and he did this. And again, it's hard. I want to say all respects to him. I wish he found another solution. I wish it didn't have to come to that, because it was heartbreaking for him and his family. He lost his life. But he said it himself. This is nothing compared to what the people of Palestine are going through. But the crazy thing is, his own people, the American media, the corporate media didn't even, it wasn't even on the Wall Street Journal. I don't know, I didn't even see it on the Wall Street Journal. It wasn't on the mainstream media. And with the mainstream media, when they did cover it, they just said, man sets himself on fire in front of his Israeli embassy. Nothing to do with he is doing this in protest for the genocide in Gaza. Nothing that his country, the military that he's part of is a part of the genocide. Nothing to do with that. They just said man set each other. I mean, this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. He's a Western American Air Force pilot, and no respect for him. I mean, I'm hoping some of his Air Force brothers and sisters, because they're a tight bond, I hope some of them come forward. It's heartbreaking, but even that, I mean, look, it's out there. Listen, if it weren't for social media, we wouldn't even known about it. I spoke to one of my colleagues today. He goes, I didn't even know about it until we saw your post. And this is why it's important that we post. It is.
Oh yeah, of course, bro.
I don't have many followers and whatnot. And I tried to I didn't post a video of it. I just posted a news report of it because it's important. But this is why it's important, because my friend, he didn't even know that happened because the mainstream media did not cover it. But he saw it on my news, and which is why it's important that we post and share what is happening. So because of social media, it did go around. Again, his respect going out there. Rest him. I know in Islam it's haram to take your own life, and may Allah judge him in the best way possible and whatnot. But his death is not in vain to people who are with the cause, who
of course,
innocent people, men, women, and children. So at least with social media, we can all see it, and the mainstream media, they can hide it. And that's just their ways. It's disgusting. It is very disgusting, and he's not even being honored in that sense. So that was a hard one. I don't know why I watched that video, but like I said, I'm seeing videos of children getting killed and all this sort of stuff. It's hard. I tried to skip through them because I can't see that. And I'll never post that stuff, but that stuff is hard. But I mean, that's how bad it is, man. Someone from the US Air Force has to do something as extreme as that. That's how bad it's getting. I heard Joe Biden, this fucking creepy, evil bastard, licking his ice cream, saying something about they're hoping to have a ceasefire by Monday or before Ramadan or something. Listen, he's an evil piece of shit, but inshallah, he's a war criminal, but inshallah, if he's right, at least by by Ramadan, if they could have a ceasefire, please like make that happen. I don't know why. He's such a fucking creepy Mr. Burns evil bastard, licking his ice cream, talking some shit. It was so fucking weird. Vetoing constantly the ceasefire, but they look to have one before Ramadan. Inshallah, that happens, man, because the people are already starving there. It's disgusting, all what's happening there. So that was
Yeah,
my
it's
thoughts on
heartbreaking.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely heartbreaking. I think what he stood up for and the extreme that he took it to, it's a shame his own country didn't even back him up. But that's where you clearly see there's a different agenda there, bro. My guy was standing up for humanity. He took an extremist way, then linked that to everything else. It's a shame that he didn't get the coverage on mainstream media, which he should have, because he thought, I'm a Caucasian white guy. I'll probably get on the news, and they just brushed that past. But as you said, social media is passing on that the message everywhere else. Listen, man, prayers and du'as go out to his family. Such a shame it had to come to that point. But if people are not getting the message now, and not knowing how people in the military have to go through, knowing that it's our taxpayers' money and we're killing more people and we're financing it, of course it's gonna hurt, bro. There was a little footage of a girl, her dad got killed in the airstrikes, man, and we failed them. I keep saying it, we failed them. We're doing as much as we can, but I still feel like it's not enough. It's too late. This ICJ thing is too late. We're 4 months into this, 5 months into this. We've lost so many people, bro. The video broke my heart. Both videos broke my heart. He did something thinking and this is, because he's Caucasian, bro. You think that'd be in front page news, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. And he's an
they've
active
flipped it.
serviceman in the Air Force. I mean, it's how, I mean,
Shame on them, bro. Shame on
shame
them.
on them,
Shame on
man.
them. Shame on
Yeah,
them.
man.
Guys, the links to our the donations to Gaza and Palestine. Guys, please go support. They need our help. They need our prayers. They need our duas. I don't care what background you're coming from, you know, Christian, Jew, Buddhist, whatever. I know there's a lot of people standing up together. You know what? Parliament is scared as well, bro. Like, I've been watching it more now. People are watching what they're saying, even though they're still being racist slurs and Islamophobia and all the rest of it. They're catching on. The people are making much more noise now, and that they don't have much control. Like, I'm
Oh,
not
no.
voting no more, bro.
I mean, listen, and these are the sort of ways. I mean, I listened to the Middle Nation
I'm not
guy,
voting no more. Yeah.
yeah. Like, I got some different perspective from that guy from Middle Nation, and he was saying that, what would have been, listen, it's unfortunate that that brother did that, but what could have been more effective is if he went in front of the Israeli embassy and took his shahada, or
Yeah,
if he
yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
he protests in his military outfit and whatnot. I mean, there's so many things, but, but yeah, no, but a lot of people are not voting. Like, Biden's going to lose. He's definitely going to lose. He's lost so much vote, not just from Muslims and Arabs, because he's lost that anyway, but just
Yeah, yeah.
general people who don't want war, and he's failed them all. And also, what we could do as people is, like I said, the boycotting shit. You have to remember something. Again, this came from the Middle Nation, and I like this perspective. It's like, you have to remember at the end of the day, with the power and all that sort of shit, it does come down to capitalism. It comes down to money.
Hmm.
And if we boycott all these big corporations, these big ones, and they lose in millions and billions and billions, as we've seen that with Starbucks and McDonald's and all that stuff what happens is they start realizing, oh, this is actually bad for business. The genocide of the Palestinian people is bad for business. Supporting the terrorist state and government state of Israel is bad for business. That is giving a message out there. That's why I think the boycotting is super important. And I think as much as you can do it, and don't get me wrong, I want a Big Mac. I do. I'm not gonna lie, I want a glass of Coke, but I avoid that shit. I buy some lemon drink, which is quite refreshing still. But I do want a glass of Coke. I'm not gonna lie, it's still tasty.
Hmm.
I still remember the taste, man. I've been on a clean diet this whole week. My mouth's watering talking about that stuff. But I get it, man. If there's little things you could do, be it donate, be it talk about it, be it share things, boycott, avoid the Starbucks, avoid the Coca-Cola, avoid those ones, McDonald's or whatnot. Capitalism, and it shows the world, it shows those big corporations that, you know what, this is actually bad for business. And inshallah that we keep boycotting them, they keep losing revenue, and capitalism, man, if they don't make the money, man, they need to make some changes because that's what they love. They love money and power. And this is the way we speak. Don't vote. Or vote for someone, don't vote for these fucking warmongers bastards anyway. Don't vote for them. Boycott these bastards, man. Let them lose billions. Support local businesses. Support Palestinian business. Don't support that corporate bullshit. Yeah, man. There's stuff that we can do as people, and we're doing it. Just don't stop. Don't stop talking about it. Don't stop sharing, and don't stop the boycott. Don't stop the boycott, man. Fuck them. Let them lose money, man. Let them lose money. Bad for business. War is bad for business. Now the military industrial compound is making billions. I get it. They love it. They're laughing. Their stock prices and shit gone up. They're the arms and all that sort of shit. But in general, it's bad for business. What the Houthis did in the Red Sea, bad for business. What the whole thing is trying to show that it's bad for business when it comes out to cap. I know it's human lives we're talking about, but what we can do is show them that we're not going to support your business, or you're going to lose money. You're gonna take lives, and you're gonna have this agenda. You're gonna try and steal lives and colonize. As the people, what we can try and do is spread the message of their bullshit. Stick up for the Palestinian people, support them with donations or whatnot, and then boycott your lot good, so you don't get the money and your capitalism goes down overall. So
I need paper.
Okay. Yeah, no, bro. Support.
Oh, allow a special guest.
You're gonna have to cover a face on there, man. Put a
Don't
little
show
sticker
a
up
face.
on there.
Don't show a face.
Come this side. Come this side. Say hello from there because you can't put your face there, Daddy. Yeah, if you can, later on, edit there.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. Just put a little picture on there. No. It scares me. There you go. Here's the paper. There you go. Cup of paper. There you go. Say thank you.
I don't need.
Okay. One paper, yeah? Oh, take it. Go. See you later. All right. Yeah, guys, go to the link in our bios on our social media pages. You will find donation links to Gaza. I think all of the family members have got it up on all of our pages. So, guys, check it out. And, thank you for the people that have already donated as well. You guys are absolutely amazing. So, let's keep going, bro.
Keep donating. Okay, guys, free Palestine. Let's move on to the next thing, the next segment, things we've watched. So I only watched a couple things. I'm in the middle of watching Avatar. I'm on episode 2. It's pretty good so far. I've seen some reviews saying that it's pretty awesome. They all shitting over M. Night Shyamalan's one. I don't know why they're still shitting over. I mean, listen, I haven't seen the anime, so I can't comment. But I know they shitted over that one. It is what it is. But this one apparently is supposed to be good. It's more accurate. It's more on point. My missus, she's seen it and the animation, and she saw the first 2 episodes, and she's like, yeah, it seems pretty accurate to the cartoon and whatnot. So anyway, I'm in the middle of watching that. The one thing I did finish watching was a show called House of Ninjas that was on Netflix. We just pull it on randomly. And it's about this family who are shinobis, but they're trying to, in the beginning, it starts off that they're trying to live a normal life outside of the shinobi life. Spoiler alert, guys, I'm spoiling it. Basically, they were on a mission, and their older son got killed. So after that, they wanted to just kind of live a normal life or whatnot. But during their normal life and their normal work, they're still kind of using their shinobi skills. But as the show kind of carries on, there's another clan that they're going against, the shinobi clan, that there's an agenda that's going on with the globe, with Japan and whatnot. It gets all political and whatnot. So they have to come out of kind of, you could say, like, not like retirement, but they have to come out and kind of, I guess, save the day sort of thing. But the martial arts is great. The family dynamics is great. Being a secret shinobi, the relationship with the big brother who passed away, with each individual, and how each individual had dealt with that the grievance, and the relationship how he had with each family member was kind of great. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. The martial arts was great and all that sort of stuff. So kind of decent show. Just had it on in the background, not in the background, but just a random one we came across, which was awesome. I'm still watching Naruto. I'm getting deep into it. It's proper sick. I mean, that's a 1,000 episode show, but just watching that still. That's awesome. There's another show, The Shogun, the one that's coming out on Disney Plus. I think it's called Shogun, right? That's getting great reviews, so I will probably start watching that one this week. Well, after Avatar, I guess. And then this week I'll try and catch June 2. If I planned it better, I could have gone tomorrow, which we still can actually. Still might go watch it tomorrow. I'll see. Let's see how the day goes, man. It gets busy. But yeah, that's all
Need
I
to
have
do,
watched.
yeah. Yeah, we still, me, you, and Ash need to sort out a therapy sessions for the Iron Claw. I know Jakob watched that. I'd love to get Jakob on it as well. Oh shit, expose his name, even though he's bought him. But yeah, he watched it twice, second time around. He said it messed him up, messaged me. Uh, Such a good film, bro. That is such, I'm surprised it's not up for any awards or anything, but I got to thanks to the guys at Crunchyroll UK for hooking us up the premiere tickets for Demon Slayer season 2. We watched a previous episode and then an episode after on IMAX on the biggest screen. We had the producer there, we had the voice actor. Really good, man. Anime on the big screen is like an event. Like, you know, it's emotional, it's violent, it's a lot of action. Demon Slayer, I've only seen a couple of episodes, so I didn't know the story fully, but they gave you like little. The one thing I like about Japanese anime is like they give you a bit of they give you the Rocky montage of what happened before it kicks in. And yeah, listen, if you're a fan of Demon Slayer, then you're gonna be fully stuck into I think it's season 2 or season 3. I don't want to mess it up, but double check it. Guys, I'm not big on I love my manga. Anime is, I know it's based on the manga comic books, but yeah, I'm old school manga, so it's good though. It was good. Some of the fighting scenes, and you know when they charge up and the powers, and they just know how to do those emotions and action scenes so well that on the IMAX, bro, it looks stunning. It's a good fun, good for me. It was a good fun watch for somebody who's not deep into it. Now, like I'm still trying to finish off One Piece, which I'm really enjoying. But because I realize that we've got so much content to watch that I can't seem to focus on the one thing. I'm watching this, I'm watching that, this is happening, that is happening. So I think that's where I get a bit detached on trying to catch up with everything. Because I think The Last Airbender, it looks amazing, bro. The scenery, like, you know, you look at the anime, you look at live adaptations. Now, I've seen how the anime looks for One Piece, and then how they replicated that into real life. It's really good. It's an adaptation, isn't it, of live action,
Yeah.
which is really good. Like
Well,
Cowboy Bebop, bro. Like a lot of people really didn't like it. I thought it was fine. It didn't bother me. I feel like they represented the characters well. I think what people need to remember is that it's an adaptation of something, so it's not going to be exactly the same. And we'll jump into this when it comes into the Dune world, because like some of the stuff I've seen online, you know, crybabies, but it's how I was when MCU started. I was a crybaby because I went from the comic books. Come in, daddy. So yeah.
well,
What's up,
on
all right?
that, as you're talking about, this was a part of other news, but I might as well bring it up.
Go on.
They're looking to do a Naruto live action from the same director as Shang-Chi. Where is it? Live action Naruto movie in the works from director Shang-Chi, Destin Daniel Cretton. Hopefully I said his name right. So that's gonna be a tough one. Listen, again, I'm the same. I follow the old school anime, so I would be very judgmental if they done a live action Dragon Ball, which I haven't, it was basic, and a live action Fist of the North Star, which they haven't, it was basic. So I'll be very judgmental to those, because those two are my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
So if they did a live action, I would love to. And we keep saying Zack Snyder for Fist of the North Star
Fist of the North Star,
live
yeah,
action, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be very judgmental if they did those. I'll be a crybaby too if it doesn't meet up to kind of my expectations. Now, Naruto, I've been watching that. So this is one I will be judgmental for about. Like One Piece, I enjoyed it for what it was, and I took anime fans' words for it. They loved it. They thought it was a great adaptation. So I'm like, cool. I enjoyed it for what it was. And the fact that you anime fans enjoyed it, then that means it was a good one. Naruto, I feel like I could generally be judgmental just because I am watching it and I am enjoying it. And do love the character of Naruto and all the different shinobis and the senseis and all that sort of stuff. How do you do again, look, One Piece was one of those 1,000 episode shows and they done it well, according to fans. So same thing with Naruto. I'm thinking the same thing. How do you do 1,000 episode show into a movie? Now, I don't think a movie is a great idea. I think it should be a Netflix show. Whatever show. Give me a 1 hour episode, 45-minute episode, 10 episodes, whatever. A 2 hour movie is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Now, if you do a movie, then I would suggest, I mean, when I say suggest, like I'm an expert, I expect, like, don't try to introduce Naruto as a character. You gotta be like, this is for the fans. If you know the characters, just watch it. You know, when you watch a anime movie, like they're not introducing like a new Dragon Ball Z anime movie, they're not introducing Goku, Vegeta to you. It's like, no, this is for the fans. You better know who they are and watch it. That's how the movie should be. Like, you should know who Naruto is and all the different other shinobis and whatnot. And here's a little story. Now, if you try to do like an origin story and start from the beginning and a final battle for a 2 hour movie, I think that's gonna flop. Unless you do a Netflix show and whatnot. So anyway, they're looking to do that. I'm this is the one with all the powers and different abilities, almost like Dragon Ball, but not as power. I mean, it's similar, but Dragon Ball's got a whole different level of power structure and whatnot. But this has it too. So I'm interested to see what they're doing, what they would do with this. And I'll be very
definitely
eyes on this one.
It'd be interesting to see where they go with it, but yeah, no, what else? So I saw Demon Slayer. Wonka, I saw Wonka, bro, which was delightful. I really enjoyed it. To be honest, it's very hard to compare a movie and do an origin story for a movie that came out in, what was it, the late 70s or 80s? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Gene Wilder is just a classical comedian, great actor that played such a key role in that film. And to see this version of it and his origin story of it, bro, you know what? It was fun and delightful. I think if what they could have done, and this is just me being, creative, was to film it exactly how the original one was filmed, and I think it would have worked. Because when you do an origin story of a film that doesn't have that same look, it can throw you out of the world. It doesn't really bring you into that world. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like if it had like the classic camera feel to it, the distortion, it doesn't have to be HD. Like, I don't know why we need clarity so much. Like, to a certain extent, yes, but you could add some filters, make it looked like that. Then it kind of gives you that feel of, yes, this is a really good entry story to, Wonka. But listen, man, heartfelt, really good. Music was good. Timothy Chalamet, man. He's growing on me, bro. He's becoming one of those great actors now. This guy's got everything. Sing, dance, acting. He's an actor. He's one of those guys, bro. I know in the next 10 years, 20 years, he's gonna be that guy, bro. He's gonna be that Christian Bale. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I think so. He's grown on me too. I think from Dune, I really got to know him as like he's good. And then after this Wonka movie, I was like, oh shit, he's really
charismatic and really charming. Yeah. Yeah,
Nah,
really
I
good.
agree.
Really good.
I agree. I like him. Yeah.
Good film, bro. That's all I've seen. I don't think there's anything else out. We've got no screenings. Nothing at the moment, bro. It's gonna be a quiet one, which is good, which means I can catch up on other stuff. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, on that note, let's move on to the next segment, what we have read. I'm still reading the Punisher Max story. Yeah, I mean, no, I won't go into it and whatnot, but it's a lot of this Max stories was the Punisher Warzone movie took a lot of the content from these comics. And a lot of the same characters that I'm seeing in that Punisher Warzone movie is in from these comics. But it's a great one. I'm happy to read it. I want to get the next volumes as well to carry on watching. I've got this Batman and Spawn comic that I bought, or a graphic novel that I bought that I want to get on next.
Cool.
So yeah, no, just that. Anything else? Have you read anything else or anything recently?
No, I haven't had the chance,
Okay.
bro. I haven't
All
had the
right,
chance.
cool.
I'm hoping I do want to finish off Armada, which was Ernest Cline's book. Hopefully, I can jump on that and finish that off. Devil's Reign, which is gonna have similarities to what's gonna come out in Born Again and Born Again was, Daredevil. That was the last one I read as well. You know what? I'm gonna put some time in to finish off Ernest Cline's book Armada. I want to finish that. Bro, it's taken me almost. It's embarrassing. 2 years. It's taken 2 years. I've got half left. I could do it within a couple of hours. You know what? I'm gonna do that. So I'll do that. But that's it. That's about it, bro. That is about it.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Don't worry. That's why I'm on Audible, bro, because I can't read books. So I listen to books. All right, cool. Well, let's move on. I just got one piece of news for the DC studios. It was just kind of like a confirmation or whatnot. John Manganiello will not be returning as Deathstroke. I probably butchered his name, but the guy who played Deathstroke in the Zack Snyder universe will not be returning as Deathstroke. And they're just moving on from that whole universe. I don't think there should be any expectations to see any of the Zack Snyder cast in this new cast. There was a picture that was released of the Superman cast. I think everyone posted it and whatnot, so they're looking to start filming that. So that should be great. Even though, what we spoke about last week of them removing Bassam Youssef because of his Palestine things. It is what it is. That's the world that we live in. Anyway, don't need to go back into that. Let's move on. That's all I had on the DC Studio stuff. So there wasn't really much, and even in the MCU stuff, I didn't really have much stuff to talk about. So we'll quickly go through other movie news, and then we'll finish off with some retro movie review, which I always enjoy. So other movie news: Bad Boys 3 or 4 should be coming out June 13th, apparently. So look forward to that one. With Will Smith and whatnot, I will watch his content. But I had to block him off Instagram. He doesn't inspire me no more after what he did. I don't. And I know he lost a lot of people. I'm not about canceling. I will watch Bad Boys. I mean, you got the rest of Michael Bay and the rest of the guys in this, so I'll support that. And I watch his content because he's a great actor, but I just don't find him inspiring no more. I think what he did was still a dick move with the slap. And of course, like I say, it's not like, who the fuck am I? It doesn't matter. People should forgive. I just feel like what you did to Chris Rock wasn't right. It's such a bully mentality. Anyway, moving on. Lionsgate is planning to remake The American Psycho. Classic movie with Christian Bale. I don't think you should really make that. I mean, how much more psycho can you make it? And what are you gonna do? But I don't know. Why would you remake that? I mean, that's one of those classic movies, like one and done type of classic movies. You got Christian Bale. I mean, you can make tons of psycho movies, but to have a good one like that, what do you just make? Like a bunch of hack and slash movies? I don't know.
I don't know. I'd leave it, to be honest. I think they need to start being original with what they do. They need to start being original. They're starting to lose, bro. They are starting to lose. There's like a lot of it's a lot of misconception when it comes to originality at the moment. Like there's creatives and there's people that are making stories, but they still want to just use old stuff and regurgitate it. So that's always a hard one.
Yeah. Well, talking about old stuff and regurgitate, they're looking to do a Harry Potter TV series. I think she's still writing books, so I don't know if this will be new stuff or whatnot. But anyway, for Harry Potter fans, and I know you've been watching them, they are looking to do a TV series, so that could be something. What else? Beef, that show, they're looking to do a season 2.
Cool.
And I think I
didn't see the
saw
first one.
it, bro. It's so good. You should watch it with the people in it. I can't remember their names, but their names are slipping my mind. Something guy in Invincible, man. The guy does Invincible's voice. He was supposed to be Centurion.
Stephen
Him.
Yeun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and the comedian. I'm gone blank on their names.
It's all right, bro.
But yeah, anyway, Bob Beef was really, really good. Really good show. So they're looking to do a season 2, and apparently they're looking to follow 2 couples this time. One of the couples apparently is Jake Gyllenhaal and Anna Hathaway.
Oh, wow.
That's true. So it's so good. It's so intense. I do recommend it. Okay, the internet's been going a bit crazy this week because Rachel Zegler wins
Mm.
Action Movie Star of the Year, People Choice Awards, beating Keanu Reeves, John Wick, Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible, and more. What movie did she win it for? I do not know. What the hell did she do as an action movie?
The Songbird one. I can't remember, bro.
Okay.
Songbird. Yeah.
Was the action good? Was the action good? I don't know. I mean, if the action was
I
good,
never
then
even watched the film, bro. I didn't even watch the film.
yeah, okay. So
It's
I
not
don't
good
know.
as John Wick, bro.
I don't expect the action to be good as John Wick, but you never know, bro. We haven't seen it. I can't judge.
Okay, yeah, all right.
The internet's crying, right? Of course they're crying. And look, Tom Cruise does his own stunts. He's a madman, all that sort of stuff. You got to give him for action. He's amazing. John Wick, Keanu Reeves been training hard. He does jujitsu. He's been doing the tactical training, all that sorts of shooting training. So he's putting effort into it, right? Rachel Zegler, I'm sure she's done a bit of training, but I don't know what this movie is, and I don't know what kind of action is in it. So I don't know. I wonder if the Chris Hemsworth, what's that movie? The one he done Extraction 2. I wonder if that was a part of it. Anyway, the internet is crying over her beating them in action. So it is what it is, man. Let the internet cry.
Interesting.
And people say it was rigged and blah, blah, blah. Hey, maybe. Or I haven't seen the movie. If you have, let us know. Is the action any good, really? Like, is there a chance that she could win? Because the action was, like amazing and, very...
Yeah, let us know, guys. Let us know.
Yeah, innovating and whatnot. I don't know. Cool. All right. Well, that was that. On other news, let's finish off with retro movie reviews. And this week, we are going to be giving our thoughts and reviews on The Breakfast Club, 1985, the year I was born. That was 39 years ago that movie came out. And I got the cast here. Emilio Estevez. You got Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, Ali Shetty, Anthony McCall, Mary Christian, Paul Gleason. Listen, man, I've been I saw this a long time ago, and I feel like this was one of those first ever teenage high school movies that came out. Because there was a whole trend of those right in the 90s and 2000s and whatnot. But this film, when you rewatch it, it's deep because you got these kids, these 5 different students who are in detention on a Saturday, each of them doing their own thing to get detention. You find out during the movie. But they're 5 different kids from 5 different backgrounds. You got the jock, Emilio Estevez. You got, the rich girl. You got the guy who's just a bad boy and whatnot. You got the nerd. You got the goth girl. And they're all fucked up in their own way. And they find out they have so much in common. How fucked up they are, their family life, their parents' dynamics, and how they're being raised, considering each coming from a different background. Each of them assuming the other person's life is better, like your life's so great, and your person not knowing, my life is still fucked up. And they find out they all have that on 5 different misfits, 5 different people have the same thing in common, which is trauma from their upbringing and their parents and whatnot. And they all, the detention and what they did to get the detention was almost like a call for help. It was almost like a bit of a rebellion against their parents for what they did. And, they had some like singing and dancing scenes and whatnot. They had some stuff that when they smoked weed, and Emilio Estevez goes crazy, and I'm like, I swear weed calms you down. But anyway, there was all that propaganda shit in it. But great soundtrack as usual, because it's the 80s. They always have great soundtrack. And great movie, man. Listen, when you sit there and listen to their stories, man, they're all fucked up. They went through some fucked up shit. And it's like, this back in the 80s, they're talking about this stuff, right?
Mm.
Parental upbringing. But it also just tries to reflect that it doesn't matter what your background is, if you're rich, you're poor, whatever it is, if you're a nerd, you're good at education. You don't know what's going on in their household. You can't assume what's going on there in their household is all amazing just because of the way they are, just because they might be super smart, they might be super rich, they're a jock, whatever it is. You don't know what's going on in their household. So you should never judge an individual, and you got a lot more in common with people than you think. And the best way to get to know what you have in common with people is by communicating. It's by it's such a weird thing to say, but by communicating, you are able to find out commonalities between individuals, and that's what they found out throughout this movie. And
I
really,
think that's an
deep,
important thing. It's an important movie as well that kind of sets the tone of, you know, everybody's got an inner battle and everybody's got something they struggle with. But you put people in one room together and have a good conversation. Yes, maybe some debates may break out, but be civilized about it. And then you find some common ground and you end up working together. You know, that's how it should be. Conversation is powerful, man. And then exactly, you don't know what the other person's battling. I mean, it's a weird one because a lot of people ask me, are you okay? You look off, and I'm like, I'm not okay, but I'm here, you know. And 90% of whatever you do is showing up, right? So it's so important that, you know, a movie like this can bring that on the forefront. It's a wicked film, bro. I love that movie, man. It's 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 like, look at that silver lining in that, because as kids we should get along as much as we can, but as as kids you're going to get along with everybody, you know, none of that stuff bothers you, but as a teenager that's when you're learning stuff, bro, and things get confusing and lonely and you don't find your place. And I think that movie really shows about your place in this world. You know, there is, you're very important in what you do, but it's how you put yourself out there. And you know, some people have different ways of showing it, and they learn with each other in that process. Great soundtrack, great movie. One of my
yeah.
favorites, bro. It's one of those ones, as you said, it's a classic it's a classic tale that will still go on forever, bro. I'm telling you, man, they're 80s movies, man. They ain't got nothing on, like, 90s movies are still great. I can still, you know, and we still get great films now, but nothing will beat that era. And I know everybody's going on, like, you know, I remember, like, Dad used to say, you know, the music was better in the 70s and 60s, and I can agree with him. The music is better back then, all the way till the 90s, you know what I mean? But I don't know, nothing beats the rewatchability of, you know, The Breakfast Club, because we've seen it plenty of times. Bro, I can watch it halfway. I can watch the end. I can watch the beginning. You know, like, it's one of those movies that it has that rewatchability. And every movie we've spoken about on the retro movie reviews are movies that we've seen plenty of times, bro. Plenty of times. So there's nothing going to, but I think there's a connection for us in those movies as well that we see, you know, and they've always stuck with us because, you know, I still listen to those soundtracks now, bro. They're on my playlist, you know what I mean? So, wicked film.
Brilliant film.
Wicked film.
I mean,
You
it's
know what?
crazy.
Yeah, go on.
It's crazy. First of all, it's crazy they had a full day detention on Saturday. But what ultimately this movie was, as we discussed, it was almost like a therapy session for them. It's like they needed that detention and needed to be there together to talk and almost have a therapy session. And when I say talk, they were cussing each other, they were, you know, getting at each other, they were, you know, expressing stories, crying, fighting, all that sort of stuff, but it was like a therapy session and they all came out of it. I don't know if it was better, but they all came out of it getting to know each other, because at the end it was like, well, when I see you in school on Monday, are you gonna say hello to me? Like, are we friends now? And they look like, you know, some of them are like, no. And then like, well, no, I don't think we're friends. That's just the reality of, like, you know, the rich posh girl, the popular girl was like, you know, like, you don't know my friends. Like, I can't be seen saying hello to you. And that's, again, that's the the stresses that we go through as kids, as teenagers and whatnot, you know what I mean? Because this is when you're kind of developing and your brain's not fully developed, so you're trying to, you know, make decisions and whatnot. You're in this environment of school where it's very structured and whatnot, and it's not really focused on where you're gonna be in life. It's just kind of this routine thing, like 9 to 6, that kind of condition you to work, really. It's kind of puts you in condition to be in this real world of work and not really education. I mean, education part of it as well, but it's very structured. It doesn't allow the mind to be creative. And also, what you call it, you know, it hormones, and you go through puberty and you want to be cool, but you might not be cool, and you want to hang out with the cool kids and all that sort of stuff. And you want, maybe you want girls to like you, you want boys to like you, whatever it is. There's all these sort of things just running through your fucking head. And even the cool guys, like the Emilio Estevez character was the job. Even he goes through his shit. Like everyone goes through shit, but ultimately it was like a therapy session for all of them. And it was just important for them to be in that room together and kind of fight it out and talk and communicate for them to come out of it. And at the end, you know, they did become friends. You know, the Emilio Estevez, the jock, ended up, you know, again, it's one of those endings where you're just like, I love it. Cool. Like he ended up getting with the goth girl, and they kissed, and they went off to their parents picked him up, and then the bully guy, the homeless poor kid who got abused by his father, ended up getting with the posh girl, and they kissed and whatnot, and their parents picked them up, and that was that. And then, you know, the nerd kid went off with his thing, but it was just, you know, it was crazy. And he talked about suicide and all that sort of stuff as well. Like, you know, the nerd kid, everyone thinks, oh, he's great, his parents are amazing, he's a nerd, he you know, his education is great. My guy's depressed to the fact that there's so much expectations on him that he himself, you know what I mean? Like, that's why he was in detention, because they found a gun in his locker. It turned out to be like a flare gun. But again, this is the thing: you can never judge an individual just because you think their life is great. You just have no idea.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah,
nobody knows what anyone's going through. To be honest with you, nobody knows.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, brilliant movie, man. And like I said, I think this kicked off. I think the teenage high school movies that came after this didn't really get too deep like this. Didn't really reflect too much on mental health and all that sort of stuff. It became like a you know, comedy and how do you pull it, man? One of those high school movies. I don't have to explain them. I just I don't know. Some of them were bullshit, but this one really reflected on the kids and their lives and what people are going through and whatnot. That's what makes this the I guess you could say one of the greatest high school movies out there. I guess I don't know if that's a thing, but you know.
No, exactly. No, it's a good one, man. Good one. If you guys ain't seen it, don't know where you've been, check it out. The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club, guys, check it out. Great movie. Another great classic 80s movie. I love retro movie reviews, man. Well, let's think of another one to do for next week. Cool. Well, look, on that note, let's leave it there.
Yeah.
Guys, as usual, thank you so much for the love. Show some love, please. Like, subscribe. You know, we're doing a lot more. We're putting a lot more content clips out there, podcast clips out there for you guys to get a bit of taste of some of the stuff we talk about. I've been releasing some of the Geekout session I had with a deal, so check that out. Some of the inspiration behind this artwork from our podcast. We do little clips as well. So again, if you like those clips, or if you like the full pod, show some love. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's it from my side, man. Kibbs, you want to take us out?
Yeah, man. I think my headphones just died, man. God damn. Yeah, my headphones. Can you hear me?
I can hear you still.
All right, cool. Guys, massive thank you as always, guys, for supporting the channel and listening to the podcast. Listen, guys, I want some more interaction from you guys. I've got another giveaway on the X page, Solo Leveling, which is an anime that's out now. We're giving away a tote bag and a poster, so you can join in on there. But guys, please help support the people of Palestine and Gaza and West Bank at the moment now. So if you go to the links in our bios on our social media pages, please donate there. But other than that, guys, be well, be look after yourselves. Honestly, be excellent to each other, and we'll catch you guys up on the next show.
All right, we out. Peace. Let me take this quick picture. Peace.
All right.